3, 2, 1. It looks like I've made a mistake. This right here was a lovely PlayStation 5 Disc Edition console that I sold on my eBay. Everything was absolutely fine and hunky-dory with the sale. The buyer even received the console and then tested it by turning it on just to make sure it was okay. Only issue being is that they didn't have a controller yet for the console. They went out, they then purchased a controller, came back to use the PlayStation 5, and guess what? I get this heart-wrenching message, and when I saw this message, I wanted the earth to swallow me up. Hi Joey, I sourced a controller, and when I went to turn on the PS5 today, it just beeps one time and doesn't do anything. There's no fan spin, no light, nothing. Almost immediately, I didn't want to mess about, so I told the customer, would you be able to get it sent back so I can look at it for you straight away? If you send it 48-hour tracked, I'll pay for the postage both ways. To add to the stress of this situation, this buyer messaged me previously saying, I'm buying from you, Joey, because I trust you. And then I get that message. Now, just to clarify as well, the console was working before it left here because I test them all. And like I stated previously, when the customer received the console, they pressed the button and it turned on. I've got the console here and we're going to diagnose it and see exactly what went wrong in this video. Just before we get to that part, I will let you know, instead of sending this PS5 directly back to the customer, I've sent them another one that was just a simple HDMI port swap. That way they could get their son gaming a lot quicker than me taking a look at this, taking maybe a day or two to actually investigate and then send it back. I wanted to just make sure that the customer was as happy as possible. First things first, as you want to make sure that it doesn't turn on. That would be a good start. Just constant beep. I'm looking forward to criticising my own work because, to be honest, I don't really get a massive chance to do it. Sad thing is, if I replace this and it works, that's half the battle. So now it's loose. I'm just going to come in and pick it up and move it. Come in with some flux. Line it up nicely. Give it a little bit of a shake. I'm not even going to nudge this chip. Usually what I'll do is I'll nudge it, but I'm not going to this time. And the reason being is because if I recall correctly, there was two balls up here that were very close to touching on the last occasion I did this. And I don't want that happening again. I'm a lot happier with how this one, I think, has turned out. So let's check underneath the IC, and hopefully we don't have any bridges. That looks fine to me. That also looks fine. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we get the blue light. We didn't obviously have that before. It was just the beep and nothing. And I think it's going to work. Happy diddly days. But work for how long? That's the question, right? I've played a couple of games of Rocket League. Whilst I know it's probably not the most stressful or intense game to play on a PlayStation 5, it is indeed the next morning. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, okay. So beep, and we still get the LED. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is going to turn into a white light. Yeah, almost instantly we have our white light. It's now actually been 2 days since I last tested the PlayStation 5. So it's been sat on a nice cold floor. Let's plug it in and see if it turns on straight away. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Blue light, fan spin, goes to a white light. Yep, the PlayStation 5 display is absolutely fine. I'm going to go ahead and reset the console. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.